What's up, YouTube? Georgia Silver Hunter back, and today we'll be going through not one, not two, but 3 boxes of $half. So $1,500 $half hunt. As you can see down here from the tape, I've already cut these open because the bank likes me to get into them to make sure I get all my rolls because I've been stiffed a few times. But we're going to get these pushed back and we're going to jump right into them. So give me just a second to get set up and we'll get started. So here we are with box number 1. Nothing uniquely written on the box. It looks like a typical Brinks box. I've had some weird ones lately, and I do have one with another one of those QT handwritten notes on it, like we did for my last Brinks box hunt. These boxes came courtesy of one of my local Fifth Thirds. They've always been real good to me, and they didn't have halves last week, so I got a double order this week. So this is the first 3 boxes. I have another 3 boxes that I've got to wait until Monday to pick up. Just because the bank manager won't be there on Saturday. So with that said, we're going to jump into these rolls. We are mainly looking for silver, but there are a handful of varieties that we'll be looking for, and you can find all those in a description, or in a document in a description that I have down below this video. But as for silver, we're looking for anything 1965 to 1970. That would be 40% silver. 1964 and earlier would be 90% silver. We're also looking for, like I said, a handful of DDOs. Let's see here, what else? And then NIFCs, which the big one's 1970, which is also silver. 1987, which was a mint set only year. And then anything 2002 to 2000, I think 20 is the NIFC years. So what I'm actually going to do, and I did this on my last video, and I kind of liked hunting them that way, at least for video making. That's 74 we'll look at under the scope. I'm just going to go ahead and open a couple of rolls here real quick, live on camera, and then I will sort through those and then bring you in if we find anything interesting. But at least this way it allows you guys to see me open up and check the edges of a handful of rolls. So this is roll number 3. And it's always exciting when you get that roll open and you get that real silvery edge, and then you know you've got something special. All right, here we go. Roll number 4. So just like that. That is what we're hoping to find when we open a box of silver. So we may have a proof. It could just be a really new NIFC, but if you look at that edge right there, that could be a Walker, maybe a Benji. It's kind of thin and the reading is real light. That's usually indicative of something old. And it is a Walker, 1945, and I don't see a mint mark on it, so it would be a Philly. There we have it, 90%er on the very first box. Let's see here, that's a 2000. That's probably from a mint set, if you look at that edge. That was likely not released into circulation directly. Well, that's roll, how's that 2000? Okay, that's roll number 4. Like I said, let's do the first 5 rolls. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more silver in here. And then I'll go off camera and hunt more until I find something else for us to talk about. So more clad there. So we're getting through rolls 30 to 35, and I'm bringing you in here because this one got by me while I was edge hunting the opening. It is a thick rim, but it is, in fact, a 2018 San Francisco clad proof in just really, really bad shape. Looks like maybe it's been burned or I don't know what, but it's actually a proof, just in horrible condition. We're down to our last 5 rolls of box number 1. Let's go ahead and get these laid out. We'll open them all together in case we get some kind of last row silver here. Otherwise, we'll wrap up this box and move into box number 2. Let's see here. Nothing there. Nothing going there. It's actually kind of a weird box to find a single 90% Walker and then kind of a beat up proof and not have any NIFCs or 40%ers or anything to go with it is a little bit strange. Since I do have 6 boxes at the bank, all from Brinks, I'm hoping that this is part of some kind of dump and we'll get pieces of it throughout the next couple of boxes. That would be all right too. But, I mean, I'll take any silver in any box. I don't see anything here either. All right, well, I'll go off camera. I'll go through these. I'll bring in if I find anything. If I don't, the quick wrap-up thus far, we do have this 1945 90% Walker and a beat-up proof. We'll be hanging on to both of those. But if you don't see me bring in to talk about anything cool, we'll be jumping right into box number 2. Okay, here we are with box number 2. As usual, it's already been opened. I can't remember because I've actually opened all 3 boxes. One of them did have a couple of NIFC enders. I've got a nice little toned bicentennial here. But none of the boxes had silver enders. So with that, let's just, like I've done on the last box, we'll jump in, we'll open the first 5 and just kind of edge hunt here together. Just in case we find some cool stuff. Got a really sharp edge here. 2006 Denver NIFC and roll number 1. Got some more in here, 1980, bicentennial, and a 92. So I didn't film opening rolls 10 through 15 or 11 through 15. This was the last roll I opened, and you can see we've got a really thick edge in here. I've already seen it, and that's why I knew to bring you in here. But we have the really cool NIFC, the 1987. Here, let me zoom in a little bit. The 1987 Philly. This is the NIFC most people are hunting for when they look for them. It's not in great shape. It's got some dings in it, but it is a pretty cool NIFC. I've been putting my finds up there. So we got two 2006s, a 2015, and we're adding that 1987 to it. So here we go. We're doing, this is roll 26 through roll 30. Nothing there. Roll 27. Here's roll 28. Oops, that didn't pull right. Nothing there. It's more clad. Not even shiny stuff to look at. At least when you're getting thick edges or really shiny coins, you kind of at least want to check them to see if they're NIFCs. We want those really shiny edges and those really silvery edges. And we get stuff like that, that we've just got more of that nickel showing through than the copper. But that's still just a clad edge. All right, roll, what did I say? We're on roll 26 through 30. Roll number 30. Okay, well, we got something here. That looks really unusual. Let's see what we got here. Get out of the way, paper. Yep, just one. Do we have a silver? We do. No mint mark on the back, so this could be 40 or 60%. It is a I'm said 40 or 60. It's a 90%. 1964. That's awesome. We got 90% in both boxes. I'll take that all day. That makes this box totally worth it. We got there's a 2009 Denver NIFC that popped out of there as well. We'll slide that in its order that it belongs. So we are on our last 5 rolls. So this would be rolls 46 through 50. Let's check out roll number 48. We might have a proof. We might have 2 proofs right here. Let's check them together. Might have 2 proofs. Might just be mint set coins. It's a 1994 Philly. If you look at that, it is just clad, but with an edge like that, I have to imagine it was popped out of a mint set. And this one was, in fact, a proof. So if I hold these up next to each other, the edges are very similar, but one is a 1989 San Francisco clad proof. So now we have a proof to throw on the board, which is always nice. So that's the end of box 2. Let's go through our finds real quick. We got a bunch of them there. I'll get them all in frame for you. I guess maybe we'll start at this end. We did have a 2015 Denver, a 2014 Philly, a couple of 2010s. This 2010 is a pretty worse for wear. We did open with that 2000, I'm sorry, it was a 2006 maybe we opened with. We had a couple of 2009s along the way. There's that 2006. We had one of those in the first roll, and we picked up one more along the way. But the real finds of the box are right here. We had 3 of them. It's a pretty beat up proof, but I enjoy finding proofs in my boxes. So there's a 1989 San Francisco. Weirdly kind of blue, but we still have some of that mirror finish on there. Moving over here to the 1987 Philly, not intended for circulation coin. And of course, the winner of the box here is this 1964. It is a Philly because the Denver mint mark would be right here, but that is a 90% hunk of silver. And these typically are about 10 bucks a piece right now. Even with silver down a little bit, with premiums and everything, people are still getting about 10 bucks for one of these. So 20 times face is really what we're looking at. So pretty cool. Let's get over to box number 3. Here's box number 3. I am a little bit worried because we have this QT with a number on it. And we had 2 boxes, I think, in my last hunt that were that way. And they didn't produce much. So these all look actually pretty old. The wraps are pretty well worn. The coins look pretty old. So maybe we'll get lucky in this one and find a little bit of silver. But we won't know till we crack into them. So let's, again, do those first 5 together. And hope we get lucky. So as I was afraid of, box number 3 ended up being a big stinker. What we ended up with out of that box was just these 2 coins. I didn't bring you in because they're really nothing special. Somebody took a drill press to a 1971D. We did find the 1987 Denver NIFC, which is a little bit of a bigger deal. But again, because we'd found a nicer looking one, and I've got my previous box major finds down here, we did find a little bit nicer 1987P here. So technically together we found the set in just 3 boxes, and I know sometimes I'll go 10 or 15 or 20 or maybe even 30 boxes between finding 1987. So to find a complete set in 3 boxes isn't bad. To recap, we did have 2 San Francisco clad proofs, both in really, really bad shape. But the real keepers or the real finds of these 3 boxes were this 1945 Walking Liberty. It is in pretty bad shape, but it's still a nice 90% hunk of silver. And of course, we got this 1964, I believe it was a Philly 90% silver. I think a little easy as dip, if you cared about it being clean, would clean this up rather nicely. I'm not going to bother, but we did 2 90% silvers out of 3 boxes. 2 out of 3 is not bad. So with that said, it was a fun hunt. I always like finding silver, and if you follow my channel, I post the stink boxes along with the ones that we have a little silver and the epic boxes. So if you like this kind of video, make sure you are subscribed to the channel and you click that little bell and select all so you get notified each and every time I do release a new video. You know, while you're down there, please click on that like button, drop me a comment. If you like the video a lot, share it with your friends, drop it on Facebook or Instagram or wherever you share information with your friends. I would love to reach a larger audience. So with that said, I hope you guys are doing well. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.